3 sexual assaults reported in just one night here at Utah State University. How students are reacting, plus what they hope is done.
Then a new wildfire in Utah County sparks late in the fire season. Why investigators are hopeful this fire could be out before the weekend is over.
These areas are growing, and we want to make sure that we keep people moving.
Saratoga Springs is showing no signs of slowing down. We take you to the extended Mountain View corridor in tonight's Growing Utah report.
And hundreds of people from across the country came to Antelope Island for this.
A little bit tiring. You have to make sure you're in good shape.
It's a sight to see as people witness a critical step in the lives of these bison in the wild. We start with breaking news tonight. Salt Lake City firefighters confirmed there is a fire happening at a storage unit. We have very little information at this point, but what we do know is this is happening at 50 South Redwood Road. No word yet on any injuries at this point. We do have a crew on the way to the scene right now. We will provide more information as soon as we can.
Our other top story tonight, weather, and we're expecting a big cool down. Breck Bolton in the Weather Center to give us the lowdown.
Well, that cold front already is moving through northern Utah, stalled out a little bit in Utah County, but today it was spectacular. A lot of sunshine. A little bit more windy, though. Of course, those south winds kicking up due to the cold front that's been tracking through. Let's take a look at the high temperatures today. 50s and 60s along the Wasatch Front, 70s close to 80 degrees in Milford. We topped off at 66 in Moab, 76 in St. George. Right now, though, again, that cold front moving through portions of the Wasatch Front and northern Utah. Temperatures dropping down into the 40s. Currently, we're at 37 degrees in Park City, 40 degrees in Morgan, turning towards eastern Utah. We're still holding on to the 40s for many locations. 50s in Cedar City, and right now in St. George, you're at 61 degrees. We show you the satellite radar imagery. Again, the cold front pushing through northern Utah. That current position sliding down through Utah County, somewhat stalled out. Initially with this cold front, it did bring some clouds. We look off towards the northeast, some snow showers in Wyoming, but even looking further northward through Idaho, we've got some moisture that's beginning to make its move across northern Utah. Notice the color from radar. It's blue, meaning snow showers. So overnight, we're going to see a threat of seeing some light snow along the Wasatch Front. Now, the models are indicating it's early morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, up through 8 o'clock. Very light snow. Not expecting to see much in accumulation, but definitely traveling through some of the canyon areas. It just takes a little skiff to provide for some slick roads. So that's a little concern there. So the model's indicating, yes, we're going to see a possibility of some snow, but temperatures will be plummeting. We're talking chilly air. How cold does it get? We're going to let you know in just a few minutes.
Breck, thank you very much. There's a new wildfire growing out near Spanish Fork Canyon tonight. Take a look. It's called the Diamond Fire. It's in the Diamond Fork Canyon. It started just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. Crews say it's burned approximately 300 acres so far. Evacuations were ordered for hikers and other people spending time in that area.
We don't have anybody that's critically threatened right now. But the problem is we don't know what the fire is going to do exactly. The cause has not been determined yet, but it's entirely possible it was man-caused. I mean, what?
No structures are threatened at this point. No one has been hurt. Utah County Sheriff says if the weather gets colder or if there is a potential for snow, this fire could be out as soon as tomorrow.
Just into the newsroom, the Iron County Sheriff's Office has issued a silver alert. This is 71-year-old Carol Stratton from Cedar City. Deputies say she is nonverbal and has dementia. She was last seen in Cedar City this afternoon on her daily walk. That's near 3700 South and 4000 West. If you see her, call the Iron County Sheriff's Office. And deputies in Grand County are looking for a Michigan couple. Investigators say these two hikers, identified as Brett and Judy, are overdue. They were last seen on October 22nd, just north of Moab, near the Dalton Wells area in a white late model Chevy Suburban. Call the Grand County Sheriff's Office if you see these two. And tonight, Utah State University students are taking extra steps to stay safe.
This after 3 cases of sexual assaults on campus were reported. Fox 13's Sydney Glenn has this developing story from Logan.
Police aren't telling us much of anything at this point, but several students that I spoke with today think that the Halloween howl party from last night had something to do with these assaults. It seems like a typical weekend here at Utah State University, until you learn what happened here Friday night.
There have been other incidents actually that have happened, but this one was the most recent.
That text alerting students 3 people reported being sexually assaulted.
It's kind of troubling that I'm a junior here and this seems to be a year in, year out type deal.
Grant Smith is referring to the 2019 USU survey on sexual misconduct. It shows more than a quarter of students say they've been sexually harassed. 10% say they're a victim of non-consensual sexual conduct.
You go to college to be safe.
Unfortunately, 3 people certainly didn't feel safe here Friday.
You don't go to get groped or sexually assaulted.
Caitlin Osman is just a freshman, yet this isn't the first time she's heard something like this happening.
The first party I went to, there was a case of sexual assault, of rape, and so that was really scary.
Now it's always in the back of her mind, her new normal.
That's just made it kind of a negative experience, like walking late at night, going places alone.
These sexual assaults are under investigation. Police ask if you have any information to please come forward. We have all that information for you on our website, fox13now.com. And Logan, Sydney Glenn, Fox 13 News, Utah.
A university spokesperson tells us there were more than 40 officers at last night's party called the Howl, as well as 150 specially trained volunteers. It's still unclear if the assaults are connected to the Howl.
Today was National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, but this year, vaping devices were accepted for the first time. In the past year, health experts have reported nearly 1,600 respiratory illnesses that are all related to vaping, including 34 deaths. Agents from the Drug Enforcement Administration say by including vaping devices, they can help the community combat an emergency public health threat.
It's just getting rid of all of that medication. I look at it as an out of sight, out of mind. By getting rid of it, we are reducing the possibility of it being misused within the home or getting in the hands of somebody that probably shouldn't have it.
National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day has collected more than 11 million pounds of expired and unused medications all over the past 10 years.
Residents in Utah County are celebrating the opening of a new stretch of Mountain View Corridor.
Yeah, hundreds of people marked the ribbon cutting this morning in Saratoga Springs, and in tonight's Growing Utah report, Fox 13's John Franke shows us why this extension is desperately needed.
Just a year ago, this was still just fields.
Those fields are now covered with fresh asphalt.
We had about 1,000 people show up just to run and walk the corridor this morning. That's a great sign that this is something that's really needed for the community.
Saturday morning, the Mountain View Corridor extension in northern Utah County opened to runners, but after they all crossed the finish line, the road took on the job for which it was built.
This will help disperse and alleviate some of the congestion that we're experiencing.
The new extension constructed by UDOT runs from 2100 North and Redwood Road in Lehigh south to SR 73 and Pioneer Crossing in Saratoga Springs.
This has been a bottleneck as the cities have grown over the last 10 years.
Jim Miller, the mayor of Saratoga Springs, has seen the town grow to 40,000 people with no signs of slowing down.
People want to be here at the sides of the Silicon Slopes, and with Utah's robust economy, it's going to continue.
That means more projects like this will become a reality in the future.
There's a lot of work that still has to be done in this area.
UDOT says it is anticipating future developments and is looking to fund more projects to stay a step ahead of the growth.
These areas are growing, and we want to make sure that we keep people moving.
As Utah evolves, so does the landscape. Empty fields now taking on the role of accommodating growth.
This 3-mile stretch of road took about 17 months to complete at a cost of $21 million. It's the sign of things to come as Utah County continues to grow. In Saratoga Springs, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Still to come, wildfires continuing to rage on in California. What we're learning about evacuations and the potential for more mass outages.
The questions you want answered, given to the people that can make a difference. Fox 13's Bob Evans brings the hottest topics to the movers and shakers of Utah. Then get straight to the point. Don't miss 3 Questions with Bob Evans. Sundays on Fox 13 News at 9.
It's Halloween, big day.
Monday at 7 on Fox 13.
With the all-new Silverado HD, Silverado is now the only truck brand that can offer trucks with best-in-class towing, or trucks with best-in-class camera technology, or larger, more functional beds than any competitor. The only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
During Truck Month, make no monthly payments for 90 days on the all-new 2019 Silverado. Ski Chevy is back. Get 2 season passes to Solitude Mountain Resort when you purchase or lease select Chevy models.
It's been reported that there's a cyber attack on business every 39 seconds.
Ouch. I don't even want to think about it.
Comcast Business has a solution. We go beyond fast with a cloud-based security system that automatically updates so you always have the latest protection. Phishing, malware, risky sites, it can help block all of that.
Get fast internet and add Comcast Business Security Edge for just $29.95 a month.
It's one less thing for us to worry about.
Comcast Business, beyond fast.
Alexa, turn on the house lights.
Now get 0 for 60 financing plus additional bonus cash or total cash back up to $57.50 on Edge, only at your local Ford store.
Sponsored by Black Diamond Electric Plumbing, Heating and Air. Winner of the 2019 Best of State Utah Award, delivering wow through expert services. You're watching Fox 13 News. Let's connect.
More than 50,000 people in California are under evacuation orders after another round of wildfires continues to grow.
Dozens of homes have already been destroyed, with many more in the line of fire, and crews are doing all they can to keep people safe.
Fox's Christina Coleman has more from Santa Clarita, California.
Nearly 1 million residents could be without power in California as utility company PG&E is expected to cut power to customers in an effort to keep wildfires from spreading throughout the Golden State.
This is not abnormal, this moment in our state's history. This is not exponentially worse, nor is it substantially more modest. It's about normal. What is not normal is the power shutoffs. And we're anticipating a few million people being impacted by those power shutoffs.
In Northern California, the Kincaid fire has burned roughly 25,000 acres since it was sparked Wednesday. Forecasters expect the fire to grow as winds could reach up to 80 miles per hour. About 50,000 people were ordered to evacuate due to the fire.
We are in a position where we are reliving something, but we're ahead of it. It's going to test our resolve. Everybody in our community needs to get the heck out of the way of the first responders so they can do their job.
Meanwhile, in Southern California, strong Santa Ana winds and dry brush help fuel the tick fire. Firefighters are preparing for another round of winds Sunday night.
Heartbroken, but I told her, like everybody saying, your life is your life, you safe. Your life, you can always rebuild.
This is the second planned power outage in recent days in Northern California. Reporting in Santa Clarita, Christina Coleman, Fox News.
We're nearing the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the fight to end that disease got a big boost in Salt Lake City this morning.
Find a cure for breast cancer. What do y'all think? Can we make that happen?
Thousands of people made their way to Liberty Park for the American Cancer Society's annual Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. Fox 13's own Kelly Chapman was one of the MCs. Breast cancer survivors, as well as families and friends, walked, talked, and danced to show their support.
Over 5,000 people showed up to this walk, showing that this is not a women's issue, this is a people's issue. Our community comes out and supports those that are fighting breast cancer currently and pays tribute to those that we have lost.
Lots of our Fox 13 team joined in today, including yours truly. All donations were made to the American Cancer Society, and they will make its way back into our community for breast cancer research. Fox 13 is a proud media sponsor of this event.
Walking for a good cause for sure. Of course, weather-wise for that walk and any outdoor activities today, Mother Nature bringing one more day where we get to experience fall temperatures, where we topped off at 61 degrees today in Salt Lake City. On average, we should be right around 60. The record for set back in 1977 at 80 degrees. 60s say goodbye to them. It's going to be difficult here over the next several days to be reaching the 50s. And we've got 30s in the forecast. Cold front moving through portions of the Wasatch Front, even through the Salt Lake Valley. Been dropping temperatures. Still, a lot of the colder air lagging behind. Currently, we're at 44 degrees, bringing in some clouds under mostly cloudy conditions. As we show you your headlines, we're definitely going to be feeling the cold air. It is a chill where temperatures more like January weather here, especially as we look towards the middle of the week. Now, as we bring in this cold front, a little instability, especially in the morning hours. We are looking at some light snow showers for some of the Wasatch Front. Very cold next week, though. We'll just emphasize that. In addition, with that cold front sweeping through northern Utah. Again, not a lot of moisture associated with the initial push of the cold air, lagging behind. Some moisture providing for some light snow showers. Again, the cold front, there it is, its current position, moving through the Wasatch Front, going through Utah County, somewhat stalled out. This one's bringing the cold air. It's the second wave coming through Monday night through Tuesday. Arctic air blasting through, infiltrating the state of Utah. Yeah, temperatures are going to be dropping here, 25, 30 degrees as we look towards the middle of the week. But let's look short term, computer model wise, and try to identify that snowfall here, where tonight we've got the clock, cold front moving through. Again, slow to move in, but tomorrow morning early, we're looking at a possibility of some light snow, mainly south end of Salt Lake Valley through Utah County. Could get the lake effect going as well over the mountains in addition. Again, it's not a big push and a big surge of moisture. Could provide for some light snow showers over the mountains of northern and central Utah through the afternoon, and then that pushes off. Second wave coming through Monday night. We start seeing some clouds and some mountain showers being an impact, where we'll see snow once again across the valleys as we look towards the middle of the week. Now, how much snow are we talking about for the mountains? Anywhere between 2 to 4 inches, a little bit more aggressive than what we originally thought. Now, giving you a sneak peek for your Halloween forecast, trick or treat, it's cold. Temperatures in the 30s as you do trick or treating. We're looking at clear skies, but you'll need to bundle up those kiddos for sure. Tonight, we're in the 20s and 30s along the Wasatch Front, also 20s in central Utah. That possibility of snow, southern end of the Wasatch Front through the northern mountains. Tomorrow, it's breezy. Morning snow, again, mainly central, southern Wasatch Front through central Utah. Very light snow expected. Now for southern Utah, you don't see the precipitation. You do see cooler temperatures, and it's going to be dry, but 40s and 50s in the forecast for the next several days. Northern Utah, 40s to 30s to low 30s. Another chance of maybe seeing some valley snow on Tuesday. It's clearing up Thursday. Cold though. We're back into the 50s by next weekend.
Thanks, Breck. Well, most cowboys are pretty good at herding cattle, but what happens when what they try to round up is bigger and more wild?
Well, hundreds of volunteers from across the country gathered today at Antelope Island to herd bison. Fox 13's Adam Herbetz shows us what they were up against.
If it's your first time, welcome to the island.
The focus at Antelope Island today is not antelope. It's bison. Hundreds of them, hundreds of us. But only one goal: get from point A to point B.
Do not get in front of those animals no matter what. And that's even when we're driving them. But if you see somebody that acts like they know what they're doing, pay attention and follow them up.
A friend of mine lives here and got an invitation and called me up and asked me if I wanted to come and gather buffalo. I just asked him when.
This man drove down from Portland. He is 72 years young and still learning.
Raised, do a lot of cattle, but I understand that don't do you a darn bit of good, so it's like starting over.
I mean, what kind of a person does it take to volunteer to do something like this?
Bunch of idiots, probably. I don't know.
There's been injuries, but it's pretty well organized, and I think people mostly pay attention.
Every year, rangers have to see how many bison there are, get them checked out, and then thin the herd because the island can only support so many.
It's a little bit tiring. You have to make sure you're in good shape.
It's a 14-mile roundup, but now the hard work is over. The next step will be finding the extra bison new owners at an auction next week. Reporting in Antelope Island, Adam Herbetz, Fox 13 News, Utah.
The Jazz, their second game in 24 hours. This one, though, at home.
Yeah, they got trounced by the Lakers last night, but you know the best medicine, the Sacramento Kings at home. Yeah. And going throwback Purple Mountain jerseys for the first time this season. Love those. Mike Conley had been horrendous from the field over his first two games, but he connects here to give Utah its first lead at 10-8, and they would never look back from there. Donovan Mitchell strokes it to make it double digits at 10. Jeff Green taking his turn from deep. Back-to-back trays by the veteran. Before Sacramento knew it, the Jazz trumpet up 18. Bojan Bogdanovic has got to be quick to beat the shot clock way back from the top. Utah with a hot start to the third as well, as they got the lead as high as 37 tonight. The Jazz checkmating the Kings 113-81. Bogdanovic with 26, and as a team they shot 49% from the backwoods. That will get you a win every time.
Those mountains look good.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
A lot of nostalgia. John Stockton and Karl Malone. NBA Finals against Michael and the Bulls. Yeah. Good times.
Okay, and we do have a quick update to that storage shed fire that we brought to you at the beginning of the newscast. This is a look at you can see the flashing lights kind of in the middle of your screen of where that's happening. We know at least 2 people are injured and several storage sheds are burning at this moment. Of course, you can get the updated information on fox13now.com.
Thanks for watching Fox 13 News at 9. We're back tomorrow night after a full slate of NFL football and Game 5 of the World Series. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Modern Family next.